The unconfirmed leak suggests that the walls are rapidly closing in on Willow, and her carefully constructed saintly facade is about to crumble into a million irreparable pieces right before our very eyes. It seems like Willow is finally starting to realize that her absolute worst nightmare is manifesting into reality. Drew is recovering at a pace that she never anticipated, and the sheer panic setting in is palpable through the screen. Even if she does not have the full picture yet, she absolutely senses that a monumental shift is happening in his condition. It has been quite some time since Drew was last injected with that dangerous paralytic drug, meaning the terrifying effects holding him hostage are gradually wearing off. Willow is an incredibly smart woman, and she knows deep down that time is no longer on her side. Every single agonizing second that ticks by brings Drew closer to full consciousness, and with that consciousness comes the devastating power to completely destroy the perfect life she has built. High chances are she is spending every waking moment looking over her shoulder, terrified of the inevitable moment when Drew exposes every single sinister thing she has done to him. Let us just pause for a moment and truly think about the sheer magnitude of the dark secrets Drew is holding on to. He knows absolutely everything about her deception. He knows that Willow deliberately faked his medical condition, trapping him in a horrific nightmare while playing the role of a concerned loved one. He knows about her shocking alliance with the ruthless mercenary Jen Sidwell. He is the sole witness to a horrific string of conspiracies that could easily send Willow to a federal prison for the rest of her life. A single testimony from Drew spoken to the authorities would cause Willow's entire world to collapse instantly. She would lose her prestigious political career, her esteemed standing in the community, and most importantly, she would lose her family forever. The stakes have never been higher for her, and it seems like the mounting desperation is pushing her toward the brink of madness. What if she realizes that there is only one permanent way to ensure Drew never speaks a word of this to anyone? However, knowing Willow's core character and her history on the show, the truth might be way more complicated than her simply committing a cold-blooded murder. I honestly do not believe Willow has the icy heart required to kill Drew with her own two hands, no matter how desperate she becomes. She might be terrified and backed into a corner, but actual murder is a line that requires a certain level of inherent darkness that she struggles to embrace. This is exactly where her mother, Nina, steps into the picture to take control of the narrative. High chances are Nina is the one constantly whispering in Willow's ear, manipulating her fears, and pushing her toward the most extreme measures. Nina is fiercely protective of her daughter, and she has proven time and time again that she will cross any moral boundary to secure Willow's happiness. Nina could easily be the devil on Willow's shoulder, arguing passionately that they have already waded too deep into these murky waters, and that there is absolutely no turning back now. The terrifying situation takes an even darker turn when we factor in the sudden disappearance of Jack Brennan's infamous black box from Windermere. This is the absolute worst-case scenario for the desperate mother-daughter duo. Willow and Nina are already drowning in a sea of paranoia regarding Drew, and now they have to grapple with the terrifying reality that someone out there possesses the ultimate leverage against them. They have absolutely no idea who snatched the box from the estate, but they are painfully aware that if the highly classified documents inside see the light of day, the undeniable proof of Willow's crimes will be plastered across every news station. Brennan might try to soothe their frayed nerves by arrogantly assuring them that only he possesses the complex passcode required to unlock the box, but let us be real, ladies, that is not going to ease their mounting terror in the slightest. What if the person who boldly stole the box does not care about encrypted passcodes or delicate procedures? Willow and Nina are likely spiraling into a bottomless pit of anxiety, terrified that the mysterious thief will simply smash the box open with brute force or hire a professional hacker to bypass the security measures and extract the digital files. The sheer agony of not knowing who holds their fate is what is driving them completely mad. They are trapped in a high-stakes waiting game, constantly anticipating the dreaded moment the police knock on their door with an arrest warrant based on the leaked files. It seems like the pressure is building to an explosive boiling point, and just as Willow and Nina are contemplating crossing the ultimate line to silence Drew permanently, a massive, unconfirmed leak suggests a jaw-dropping twist is about to rock Port Charles to its very core. Right when the desperation reaches its absolute peak and all hope seems lost, a mysterious, unidentified figure is rumored to emerge from the shadows of Port Charles. According to these hush-hush rumors swirling around the production lot, this shadowy person approaches Willow and Nina with the missing black box in hand, presenting them with a shocking, high-stakes proposition that they never saw coming. The deal presented to them is incredibly simple yet chillingly transactional. The mysterious figure will hand over the black box, giving Willow and Nina their much-needed insurance policy, but in exchange, the women must hand over Drew. This mysterious savior is essentially offering to take the massive Drew problem entirely out of their hands. The proposition claims that once Drew is surrendered to this stranger, the box will be returned to its rightful owners, and Drew will be dealt with in a permanent way that guarantees he will never testify against them. On the surface, this dark bargain sounds like the miraculous lifeline Willow and Nina have been desperately praying for. It seemingly solves both of their massive problems in one fell swoop, as they get the highly incriminating evidence back, and they do not have to dirty their own hands with the psychological trauma of Drew's murder. But ladies, we have to look much deeper into the mechanics of this soapy drama, because the truth might be way more complicated. This entire clandestine arrangement is built on a fragile, unenforceable verbal promise made by a complete stranger. There is absolutely zero guarantee that this mysterious figure will actually keep Drew quiet once he fully recovers his strength and memory. What if this person is not an ally looking to help them at all, but a master manipulator setting the ultimate trap? Willow and Nina are so incredibly blinded by their panic that they might be walking straight into a meticulously planned ambush without even realizing it. This brings us to the most explosive part of this behind-the-scenes whisper. I strongly suspect that the mastermind pulling these intricate strings, the mysterious figure holding the black box and making these demands, is none other than the legendary Jason Morgan. Ever since Jason made his highly anticipated return to Port Charles, he has been operating silently in the shadows, carrying a heavy burden of secrets. High chances are, Jason has been quietly and methodically investigating the entire twisted conspiracy involving Jack Brennan, the ruthless mercenary Jen Sidwell, and Willow's shocking betrayal. Jason is a brilliant tactician. He does not just react to chaos. He anticipates it. It makes perfect, logical sense that Jason would be the one with the skills and resources to locate and secure the black box before anyone else even knew where to look. But if Jason Morgan is indeed the man holding the box and orchestrating this meeting, there is absolutely no way on earth he is going to hand over the genuine, highly incriminating evidence to someone as compromised and dangerous as Willow. Jason is far too smart and experienced to relinquish his only piece of leverage. What if Jason has orchestrated a brilliant, high-stakes bait-and-switch operation? The hush-hush rumors suggest that Jason might have procured a perfect, visually indistinguishable replica of Brennan's black box. A fake box crafted so flawlessly, down to the exact weight and dimensions, that it would completely fool the panicked, desperate, and exhausted eyes of Willow and Nina. To their terrified minds, it would look exactly like the ace in the hole they have been desperately searching for, giving them a false sense of absolute security. While Willow and Nina are entirely distracted, practically weeping with relief as they eagerly examine what they foolishly believe to be the real black box, Jason will flawlessly execute the second phase of his master plan. This unconfirmed leak points to Jason using the emotional distraction to quietly, swiftly, and safely extract Drew from his vulnerable captivity. Jason's primary objective throughout his entire life has always been loyalty and the protection of his loved ones. By orchestrating this elaborate ruse, Jason manages to rescue his friend Drew from imminent death without having to engage in a messy, direct confrontation with Willow and Nina. He gets his friend to a secure medical facility, while the two women are left clutching a completely useless piece of metal, entirely oblivious to the humiliating fact that they have just been completely outplayed by the best enforcer in the business. Meanwhile, the real black box, the one containing the explosive proof of Willow's horrendous crimes and potentially the dark secrets of several other powerful players in Port Charles, remains safely tucked away in Jason's secure possession. If this thrilling theory holds true, Jason is masterfully positioning himself as the ultimate power player on the Port Charles chessboard. He achieves two massive victories simultaneously. He saves an innocent life from the brink of death, and he secures the ultimate trump card to use at the exact right moment to dismantle his enemies. When Willow and Nina finally open that fake box and realize they have been spectacularly duped, it'll be far too late for them to retaliate. Drew will be safe, recovering under Jason's heavily armed protection, and Jason will hold the absolute key to destroying the entire criminal network that has been quietly suffocating the town. This drastic storyline shift is not just about taking down one corrupt congresswoman, it is the explosive beginning of an all-out scorched earth war. Jason is not just targeting Willow, He is methodically tracking the entire sprawling web that connects the dangerous Jack Brennan, the elusive Jen Sidwell, and every single corrupt entity involved with the secrets of that black box. The fallout from this calculated masterstroke will be utterly catastrophic for anyone who dared to cross the line and threaten the people Jason cares about. So, ladies, keep your eyes peeled, analyze every single scene, and trust absolutely no one on your screens in the coming week. If these whispers are accurate, the storm hitting Port Charles is going to wash away every dark secret they tried to bury. Remember, in this town, the darkest secrets never stay buried for long, and the consequences will be absolutely deadly.